Hey everyone, so it looks like we're gonna start off this episode now. I thought I'd just start off with a bit of healing for all my mending items. For the most part, I do have this pick pretty much fine, but I've been sitting here for like a while and I would like to actually get started, so might as well get on with the show. Um, okay, let's put back my armor and we'll drop this guy off. Cool. And let's head back to the base. So for today's episode, I feel like it's time. I mean, today might just be the day where I finish working on this pit because there's only like 2 layers left, and then destroying the standing blocks that I'm using. So that's about like uh probably 6, 7. That's like 8 layers of stone to run through. I don't remember what the exact length and width are but for depth, for height wise, like that's pretty much what we're working with. So I think I might just want to do that today because of how close we are at this point. I was mining a little bit earlier as well, so we have created a bit of a starting point. So it's definitely doable. I just hope it doesn't take the entire day, but it's definitely something we can work on. Um, if this will if this will happen. Okay, there we go. Yep. Oh, and the teleport button actually takes me to my house now, which is very nice. If it will load up. Cool. And yeah, so as I showed you guys last time, if this will load. Load. Yeah, this area always takes a second to fully load up. I don't remember if I showed you guys this part, but I did cut off everything after this area. So, and I also need to actually cut off this area too, but I basically chunked it off so that everything beyond this point uh, in this square will also be removed. And then what I have left is the remaining platform until I finish the pit. Hopefully it doesn't take super long to finish up the pit because I do think that it's getting pretty close, to be honest. So we have a good view at the moment of what is above us. Um, the main thing is like we have something. I don't think it's quite as big. Maybe it's as big as this layer on upwards, but somewhere around that we have also down here. So it's around the same sizing, maybe a little bit smaller. So this is actually pretty good there. Um, this layer. Oh wait, which layer was it? Yeah, this layer is now completed. So all we have is this layer and this layer to finish up. And this one's already been started. I started working a little bit more on this this morning. So yeah, hopefully we can get a bunch of this done today. I thought this was the other pick, but whatever. It doesn't actually matter for me. Yeah, so without further ado, I think, I left a bunch of despawn blocks here. I think we're just gonna get moving again, and see exactly how far we can go. I created like a 3x3 perimeter on this level, and I think I should actually do that in the layer below as well. So we got 1, 2, what is that? We need one more. That's 4. And, well, in order to make it noticeable, we could do this. Boom. And boom. Alright, we got a 3 section. Oh, I also need torches. Whoopsie. You know what? I might actually start with taking out the layer below this. Or the layer 2 layers below this. Because we do have this layer filled with torches, that way I don't have to make any more. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna mine for a bit. If I get bored, we might switch things up, and if that happens, I will tell you guys what I'm up to when that happens as well. So until then, this is going to be a time lapse from now on. And hopefully I'll have something else to do towards the end of the video as well, so it's not just me time lapsing and destroying blocks. So yeah, we'll be right back. Okay, guys, so admittedly, it has been a couple days since I stopped mining. I'm still not done just yet. Um, I got really bored of mining, so I took a bit of a break. Actually, I moved some chests down here, but that was taking way too long. I just placed a bunch of empty chests, and like 4 layers of them are cobblestone. Like everything from there to like here or something. Like, yeah, all of this is cobblestone down, and that took way too long. So, uh, yeah, I think I'm gonna be taking a break from destroying the ground here, because it's taking so long. I spent a good amount of time doing it, but I've definitely put like 2 hours when I said I was gonna do it last time, and I got a little bit more done, but this is just takes so long, you know? So I think I will continue to record those. And once I'm done, I'll just compile all of that together. And then I can just do other things while I do that, and then just have a compilation of the remaining 2 layers of uh, of cutting through these blocks here. Just because it's gonna take so long, I'm gonna just do them on the side, and so that you guys have some more interesting stuff to watch me do anyway. And so what we're actually gonna be doing today, um, I can actually take you guys outside so that you guys understand what I'm doing. Is, as you can see, our neighbor over here has a very, very large castle, or outer wall at least, going on surrounding his area. And so he's pretty much marked his territory, which is, that's cool and all. That's good for him. But it's kind of making me feel like our area is a little lackluster, especially because one of our only features on the surface is this god awful um, looking farm over here. So definitely I'm going to have to make this look a little bit nicer. But the main thing is I want some type of transition between Akbar 17's area and mine, right? So the only real thing that separates us is this river here, but I do want it to be a little bit more grandiose looking when we enter into our territory, because you can't really see anything once you head off this area. So originally, when I was going to bed last night and just thinking about what things I might want to add, and well, I don't want to just add a wall here, but I do want this river is clearly my territory, right? This area over here, like as soon as you touch the water, you're in my land, right? But beyond that, I do want something on the surface showing, hey, you're entering the land of Poxassy and Rainbird Lever. Um, but there isn't really anything to signify that right now. And I'm thinking that we should have some type of bordering trade outpost over here. So maybe like somewhere in this area as we reach the cove, or maybe even a pier leading into a trading outpost here. And then a bridge that will connect both of our territories. That way we don't have to go through the water every time if we don't want to. And I think that could look really, really cool. Now, I don't know how crazy I want to go with this, because the thing is, I do want some type of border, similar to how he has it, but probably not as big. But the thing is, here, this is going to end up being part of the tree, like this whole island, and I don't know how big it's going to be. So, because clearly this space is a lot bigger under here. Luckily, this is like reaching the border once we get over to here, so I don't think it's going to impede on it too much. But yeah, I don't want to build something that ends up having to be moved or destroyed later on. So yeah, I need to think about how we're going to deal with that. The other thing that I would like to do is, well, we definitely have to claim some land, right? Um, because some, we have a lot of open space going back this way. And now that some friends from college might be hopping on, um, I definitely need to claim some more land before this real estate starts filling up with people. Um, yeah, so that is something I am currently thinking about. Not sure exactly how I'm going to deal with it. I also want this area to look a little bit nicer. Like, it's very functional right now, it works. Um, but I would like it to be a little bit nicer. Another thing is the sugarcane farm. I mean, it works fine, you know, it's all passive and stuff. Or it's not passive yet, but like it works, you know. Um, but I do want it to be something that is more passive, where it's automatically harvesting everything and we don't even have to deal with it. So that might be something I have to create inside our base for now. How well that's going to work, we'll have to see. There are some pretty good designs that exist. Probably with a hopper minecart. I've never used one of those before, but that might be something to start using. Because, like, I have a ridiculous amount of sugarcane just growing here, you know? So we might as well have it go directly into our base. Um, and yeah. So those are a couple of the ideas. The other thing, I don't know why I did this. I shouldn't have done this. The other thing is something that I want to do closer to where we started out is create a giant tower, or not a giant tower, but like uh, I guess it's more like a military facility, I would say, where um, you would post people where you're about to hit someone else's territory. So kind of like a border protection thing. And it would just be like a pretty big tower that leads in, that would lead into some, like it would probably be surrounded by like some type of barracks or something like that. Not sure exactly how that would play out. We would have to mess around with that and see what happens, but I do think that could also be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish up doing this and I'll be right back. I'm gonna figure out which one of these projects I want to start off with first. I do think it's gonna be the border area, just because like, just to make it look a little bit nicer, you know. And then I might switch over to the wall or something else depending on my timing. But yeah, I'll be right back. Wow, I just derped. I just destroyed this ender chest. Not that it actually matters because we have so many ender pearls anyway. But that's funny. I was not expecting to do that. I completely forgot that you need silk touch to break one of the. Oh, I need an eye of ender. Boom. Where is it? There we go. Yeah, I forgot that this was a thing. Yeah, and we're gonna go back. We're gonna hopefully not do that again, because that's kind of hilarious that I did that. But anyway, back to what I was up to. Okay, guys, so I realized that I did not explain what I was going to be doing for the rest of this build. And as you can kind of tell by what you're seeing right now, I'm creating a port that is going to go between uh, the like basically between the boundaries of the two areas. And yeah, so that's kind of what I'm working on right now. Sorry about the lack of communication, I guess, earlier in the video. I just completely blanked. I think I just chose a project that I'd be working on, and I don't think I mentioned which one I was going to be doing when I was playing back through the video. So yeah, pretty much I'm going through the port, and I was kind of messing around with what components I wanted to be in there, and I decided to do like to just have uh, some like posts for leads and stuff, as well as adding some trapdoors to add a little bit of a different feel to it, and then also just having actual boats there instead of just leaving everything on the in a chest with a bunch of boats. And then I also added a bit of a path leading up to it. So yeah, I hope you guys liked what I ended up with. Um, yeah, so you'll hear from me in another second. Alright guys, so I created the pier. I think it came out pretty well actually. Um, I didn't like it at first, and I think there might be a few more changes to make. Um, but I think for the most part, it came out really, really well. Um, I wanted it to be close to the shallow end on this side, just because, for one thing, I didn't want it to go over the glass. But also, like, normally docks are closer to like the shallow end of the water because they're right by the landmass. So it kind of made sense. I was considering originally doing it here, but it kind of seemed very enclosed, so I didn't want to do that. But yeah, the only thing I would say is there's a lot of oak, and I might want to break that up a little bit. But yeah, I think this is definitely a pretty good start. I added in the boats so that it was a little bit more, um, it just looked a little bit nicer with the boats actually being here. That one's kind of glitching, but it's fine. Or it's kind of stuck into the landmass. But beyond that, I do think that this came out really, really well. I don't know that there's anything else that I'd like to add. Maybe something like that. Um, Yeah, I added some of these walls just to show that like clearly people were here, and I added in some of like a mix between cobble as well as the stone brick walls, just because like some of them may have gotten like I don't know, like been eroded over time and stuff like that. So kind of shows some level of aging with these blocks, which I thought was kind of cool. Um, and yeah, so that's what I have so far. I think this might actually be it for this video. I think that in the next one we're going to be tackling like another building project. But I think this was definitely a good start to kind of add a few things, a few more things to the surface of this area, and this is definitely like a nice uh, beginning gauge between like the two land masses. I think in order to just complement this side, I might want to add another pier, maybe somewhere around here, so that there is somewhere else that the pier will connect to. And then the other thing is the large bridges that I'm going to have as well. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know. If you guys have any ideas for what I should do in the future, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!